study abroad seems to be very attractive, very exciting for the youngsters, those who want to travel abroad and settle down or pick up new career options globally. There are a lot of mistakes that people commit while studying abroad. The biggest thing which I find among people visiting me is that they do not have a lot of research about the universities. They are not clear with the kind of course that has to be done, and moreover sometimes they are blank with an aspect that where they are good at, what skills they need to hone. This is also that has never been done. So for such participants, I would never recommend planning study abroad unless you have a deeper profile and a meaning to move into a certain course in a college that ranks very high overall in terms of attaining your objectives. There are many aspects that have to be taken into consideration while studying abroad. Those aspects relate to the application process of the kind of university we are choosing. If we are talking about an Ivy League university, that not only looks into how well you have done academically, but also looks into your core skills in which you want to make out a career. Beyond that, you need to have certain profile that matches to those core skills that you want to generate through a college. There is a wide application of subjects that you want to study in a top university. Those objectives uh, depend on the kind of alumni network, the kind of industry that you are approaching, and also it depends on how much work you have put in the past when you are planning for certain level of achievement, certain sense of satisfaction after studying into a top university. Even one should ask certain questions to yourself related to what outcomes you want to see from a university abroad, because there can be several parameters on which you or what we decide that what kind of college or a course would suit you. Those objectives can be what kind of value you derive in terms of monetary aspects, in terms of learning, in terms of feasibility, in terms of the contacts. Certain objectives also have to be set right from the beginning, that whether you want to stay back and do some post study work in the country itself, or you want to move ahead with some other plans. So these things also have to be cautiously seen, where where you would have more chances to fulfill those objectives. Besides that, I also find a lot of confusions among students related to what would be the living expense, because that would differ right from first year to fourth year of your graduation, or during your first and second year of postgrad. These are dependent on what kind of work hours are available to you. Normally, it is seen that in a week you get around 20 hours of work, but there are many other opportunities you get by being into the campus. You pick up some research opportunities, you assist the professors, and you are being paid for your work. So enough opportunities will be there to earn while being into the campus itself. It all depends how you derive, how you want to derive the value of, let's say, the time that you want to spend in a university. So the fee part, financial aspects would all vary as far as living expenses are concerned, from college to college and country to country, depending upon the opportunities you are able to generate for yourself once you are into the campus. Study abroad application process involves writing a good statement of purpose, having some good test records in terms of SAT, GRE, GMAT, IELTS, TOEFL, whichever you are aspiring for, whichever level you are aspiring for. Generally, for undergrad, you need to have a high score. I would suggest around at least 1350 plus to get into a good college. And if you're talking about Ivy League, it has to be at least 1500 plus out of 1600. If you score well, then only you can expect a good admission into the Ivy League, though there is no guarantee to get an admission if unless you have a very strong profile that matches the kind of outcomes that the university can perceive in you. So your contribution is also very important into a university that you want to apply. It is not one-sided. So if you go for any top university, I would strongly recommend you to move with that objective. But definitely, universities which are ordinary in nature or which are agent driven, they are not among the premier universities. I think it would be better to pick up a better program in your own country rather than spending too high and let's say not getting any scholarships can also be daunting tasks. I would also like to talk about scholarships that are available to study abroad. One is definitely a university scholarship that you get if you qualify. You have various types of scholarships. They may be merit based, they may be need based, some are need blind. Now, all these scholarships cater to the kind of performance you have given if in case you are a meritorious candidate throughout your academics. It's not only about the SAT examination or GRE GMAT examination, but overall, if you are a high caliber student, you can expect a merit scholarship. Besides that, your statement of purpose decides a lot in terms of getting you those scholarships or getting you admission into a university. The more realistic you are towards your own estimate about your abilities, I think you are closer to getting a good college. There are a few things that have to be understood by the parents who are planning to make their children study abroad. Please make sure that you are only planning for top 50 universities or top 100 universities depending upon the profile of the child. Sometimes we can also, if the profile is really strong, we can only plan for, let's say, top 20 colleges all over the globe. Now, this is only possible if you start early. By profile building, I mean to say, if we are planning for a course, we have already worked on certain skill levels required by that course. So those things cannot be done instantly in a few months. It takes years to develop those plans. So at least 2 years of time is needed to plan for undergrad or postgrad options. Otherwise, if you want to have a little bigger time, that is always on an advantage. Because if you are looking forward to scholarships, then you have to stand out from the rest of the people. So I would only suggest those people to plan abroad, and we would assist those people, those who want to plan for the best colleges and universities if you start early, and if we have a clear path on which we want to work. So if you really like this video and you have more questions about studying abroad, please drop your comments and I would like to address those questions at the earliest. Thank you.